Welcome to the Curate Podcast Season 3. I'm on a journey of sitting down and talking with the influencers in our city, risk takers who are growing the region, creative minds who are building our area, and entrepreneurs that make up the best that Southwest Florida has to offer. So sit down, grab a drink, and join the conversation. Let's get right to it. Curate Podcast Season 3. I'm your host, Malik Adigan. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Curate Podcast Season 3. My name is Malik. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching on all the platforms of sorts. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for supporting the show and all your feedback so far. Today we have, it's been a long time coming. I feel like we've played Facebook Messenger tag for almost a year.
6 years.
6 years. Yeah, it was like in and out of all different phases of life. I almost have a sit down with you, and finally we're here. It's like 6 a.m. in the morning on a Saturday. No, it was 10:40. We're not bad.
That's like 6 a.m. in musician talk. It's fine.
Yeah. Were you playing a gig last night?
I was. I played at Pointy Bell. I love that place. It's so great.
Free beer?
I don't drink while I play.
No.
I know it's really weird for a musician, but I'm such a lightweight. And let me just tell you, at Pointy Bell, last time I played there, because I don't get to play there, and a pretty girl offered to buy me a drink.
Yes.
So against my better judgment, I said yes, which I never do.
Right.
I drank half a beer, and I was just
gone.
I was just heavy buzzed.
Maybe does that make you play better?
No, it makes me play worse. It makes me hit on people's wives. It makes me like, it's just,
yeah.
And I tell people, I'm like, we'll go out when I'm not playing. You don't want me drinking
Yeah.
right now. I forget lyrics, and, So.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening and watching, like, who is this woman next to me? This is the infamous play.
It depends on which crowd you ask.
Would you say that you're famous? Like, you're like average famous.
I don't think I'm famous at all.
Almost famous.
People just know me, sometimes for good reasons and sometimes for bad.
This is Sheena Stockton. Sheena Brook.
Sheena Brook. Brook's my middle name. Stockton's my last name, but you can call me whatever you want.
When you play out, they call you Sheena Brook.
Sheena Brook.
Okay.
It's just easier.
Yeah.
I got married 3 years ago and took my wife's name.
So
Stockton.
You guys might know her from The Voice. Is that weird to be like,
no.
The people bring it, you're cool with it?
Yeah, like, okay. It was a great experience.
Yeah.
I didn't make it. I was famous for about 6.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And
not even 15 minutes.
Not even 15. It was like 6.5. You get out of anything what you want to.
Yeah.
Some people, leave the show and they're upset, and I get it because it's really hard.
For sure.
It's a very hard experience, but it's a really great experience if you let it be, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, I had 15 minutes of fame too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a whole 15. Did you know about the Dunk City thing with FGC?
Yes.
Yeah. See, that happened. I did that thing. I think it's
Dunk City.
Yeah. They say, look, she knows my songs, people.
Yeah.
But I kind of know because for like a good week, everyone was like, "Can we do an interview with you? Can we?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then after it was done, it was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
But people still go, "Oh, you're that one guy from
Yeah. When people come up to me, even though it was like only a year ago, it's still for me because the process is so long. It was longer,
Yeah.
So, when people come up and they're like, "We've been watching on The Voice," it's very sweet.
Yeah.
I will say, I also love the reason I went in the first place is I would get like sort of frustrated because I would play a show like at the Salty Crab, which
Sure.
is like my bar across the street from my house, and people would be like, "Why are you here?"
Yeah.
Like, why are you here? You're so good. Which I respect. They're trying to give me a compliment.
Yeah,
They're like, you need to audition for The Voice. And it's like, it's not that easy. You don't just
Right.
go audition. I mean, I've seen them, and finally my wife was like, you get like weird. Like, she's like, you got something going on. Like, you need to go audition even if they reject you so that you can just slough it off.
Get
you
it
need
off.
to,
You did
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And what, that's someone who loves you, who's like, it's not about going, it's about, moving forward.
Yeah.
And so she just kind of recognized that maybe it was something I needed to do, threw me in the car. We drove to Atlanta. I stayed with Xavier.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Dude,
And I made it. I went blind cattle call.
Wow.
And which is a huge experience as well.
So break that. We have different segments of the show. We'll start with this segment. It's called Break It Down.
Okay.
Would you break down your experience with The Voice as far as like the process, like behind the scenes stuff that maybe no one knows? Like, what is that like?
I don't even know if I'm allowed to, but
do it.
They don't care what I do anymore.
Whatever, Adam Levine or whatever.
Yeah. So I went to Atlanta. You're standing in line with. They do it in 3 sections. So like you tell them ahead of time and they give you a slot. So you're gonna come with this oh man, what is there? One, two, three, four, five, six. There's like 8 sets of 50.
Yeah.
Every couple hours.
Wow.
So they give you a slot. You come at 11:30. You come at 6 a.m. Whatever.
Right.
So I think my slot was like 11:30 or something like that. And I went in, and there's just thousands of people in line, and it's just surreal because everyone is like, wah, blah, 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 blah. I mean, they're just like
going
singing at the top of their lungs for hours because it takes forever for them to file you in and register you, and then they take you. So everyone's like warming up and rehearsing, and that's like, I'm a real like. Chill.
You're not like in there.
So I'm just like walking around. I haven't like opened my mouth.
You haven't even warmed up.
No, I was like, what is happening? I was just sensory overload. And I'm just like, hey, how's it going? I love strangers. So I'm just like, what's your name? So I'm just talking to people and they're like, I'm so-and-so. And I mean, like legit.
Yeah.
Which I love. I mean, it's like a real cool experience because it's just so many different types of people and singers. So then they take you in and they file you in and they take you in a room. 10 at a time.
10 at a time.
10 at a time. And the thing is, I will say about The Voice, they are giving you a real shot.
Sure.
And they really want you to sing well. Nobody makes it through because they have a cow outfit on or whatever. Respect to whatever your show is. But this show is about being a good singer. And you sit in a semicircle and there's a tape in the middle. And they're like, okay, you come in, you stand in the middle, and you sing a verse and a chorus. And then you sit
down. Any song you want.
Any song you want. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you sit down. And they do that one at a time. And then at the end, the girl at the front says, okay, we'd like Sheena to stay. I sang, what did I sing? Tennessee Whiskey.
Tennessee Whiskey.
And then they ask you to stay. We'd like Sheena to stay and this person to stay. And the rest of you, thank you so much for coming.
They pick 1 out of the 10.
It's different. It
don't matter.
It doesn't matter. Whoever they think has it. So in that first round, is if they think you have something, you get to go.
Right. So in that 10, was it you the only one that went through?
Me and a duet. Really young, like 13-year-olds. Yeah. Or I don't know, 15 maybe. I'm really bad at ages.
Okay, so after that stage, then, because you made it to the round of 48.
Yeah, correct? I made it to the, I got kicked out at Battles.
Okay.
So that's just like the second televised
So you go from
round.
that first audition to what's the next phase?
The next phase is a private audition when I didn't expect to make it. So I literally had I didn't bring a change of clothes. We planned to go to Atlanta and then come home. Okay. And if you make it to the callback, right? You have to stay. And my callback was the next day. And luckily we went to Atlanta because I'm like, hey X, can I stay at your place? Because I gotta stay over. I did The Voice, and he's like, what up? Stay at my house.
Yeah. X is amazing.
I had no clothes. I had to go shopping and then buy a pair of clothes because I also like showed up like this. Yeah. And they're like, anyway, and they tell you after that to prepare. You have to prepare 4 songs. Apparently, most people sing 2. I think I sang all 4 of my songs. Dang. And one of them, you can't play an instrument for everyone. You have to at least have one to a track, yeah, or to a track.
Oh, to a track. Okay,
I think they like to see that you're capable of singing without it.
Without it, right. Okay.
And so and it is important to them that they know what genre you're in, which has always been a battle for me.
Why? Because you just blend them, or you just kind of everywhere? Or?
I think that I just have it's just I've done a lot of things. I started out. You start
rapping during
rap,
yeah. I mean, that's how I know you. That's how I really know you.
When people hear that, it's like the funniest thing in the world to them. They're like, "You started." I didn't even sing first. I rapped first.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. We have a segment of the show called Origins. I want to talk about maybe kind of how things, how things started. At least from when I know you, you were a part of a Christian. I think it was a Christian. Was it Lost Cause?
Yeah.
Christian rap group. Is it a suck that we have? Not as a suck, but we have your past. And you have to.
No. I have no shame. My past built me into who I am, and I'm so proud of.
So you were the female rapper of this group of other men, right?
Yeah, I was so bad.
No, you were fire, dude.
It's just because there's so few female rappers too. So like I could literally, I was average.
Can you remember anything?
That should have been oh my God.
Verses?
My first rap was written for me to help me understand how to flow. Okay. And it was like something really weird.
Spit it, please.
I'm coming through 5'2". And I was little, so I was like, I'm coming through 5'2". Now what you gonna do? It was really bad. But I don't remember.
Oh my God. And then after Lost Cause, I remember you were, what was it?
I did a rock band.
You did a rock band.
I used to I did some solo music as Jubilee, which was my
Jubilee, yeah.
which was my stage name
Right.
as a rapper from the X-Men character, not the Jesus culture.
Okay.
But it worked both ways
worked
for
both
me
ways.
for what
Double
I was
entendre.
doing. So
Right.
yeah, we did. It kind of started because which I love. We would go into the detention centers and do
I remember going
some
to a
hip-hop
couple
songs.
ones,
And like just spend time with these wonderful kids. I mean, people just want to pretend that they don't matter, and they're just kids that need some positive influence in their life, and to know that they can make their way out of their circumstance, even though society is not helping. Sidebar, sorry.
No,
anyway, so we would do that, and it was such a great experience and time in my life to be able to do that. And we just only had like hip hop songs, and so I started like bringing my guitar and playing, and then I started writing songs and kind of doing both. And so I kind of, I made this little record with some really average songs on it. And then I started playing. I wanted someone to play guitar with me. I met this guy named Slim, and then we just sort of.
He wasn't very slim.
No, he's big.
Was that the big guy, the bassist?
Yeah, he's actually a guitar player.
He's a guitar player. Okay.
Yeah, and now I have worked with him on several different projects. We still hang out a little bit.
He's a pretty great musician.
He's dope.
Yeah.
Like, he's so good. But we just kind of formed into a rock band.
Yeah.
And we were doing well, and so we just gave ourselves a name.
What was the name?
Fellow Bliss.
Fellow Bliss. I couldn't remember. Okay.
And it was a great time. I think we wrote some really, really great songs. We incorporated a little mash of things. It was rock. Because, man, I mean, he could really write rock riffs. And so he would write riffs, and I would write lyrics and melody lines, and we just created songs. Still on iTunes now.
Still on?
Yeah.
You want people to check it out or no?
You totally go check it out. You can hear the progress of me as a singer, too.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not that I didn't sing well then, but I've definitely grown.
But you've always had this very standout, powerful voice somehow.
Yeah.
And it seems kind of effortless, to be honest.
I think it's from growing up in church and just having to be noisy.
Did you sing in like the worship?
I did.
Thing
that
and
was
all
my thing.
Right.
Before anything else, I went to Bible college, and
What college?
like it was like a little private Bible college there.
Right. Okay.
First, so I did that, and I was the worship leader, and it's such a long story, bro.
Oh no, I'm sure. Me too. I mean, we could have a whole other podcast about the sort of where we came from, where we are now, and the transition it took to get there, which I do want to talk about a little bit.
Yeah, we can.
I'm
not shy.
How was it, so clearing it up, we have a segment called Cleared Up. We'll just clear it up right now. Was it hard? Obviously you came from a church background, and I'm not sure where you are now with it, but I know you've transitioned out of that in some way, shape, or form. So like, what was it like transitioning out of the church into like kind of just your life now, or as a Christian would say, the secular world, you're in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what was it like?
I think people ask me because like when I was on The Voice, they ask you to tell your life story about. Right. I told it probably 160 times. I'm not kidding.
161. Let's go.
Yeah. And yeah, it's it was quite a journey.
Yeah.
I think a journey of both self-discovery and learning a lot about forgiveness and patience, because I don't think that anyone woke up in the morning and said, I've got to have breakfast, I've got a meeting at the church at 12, and then I'm going to destroy Sheena's life. Nobody woke up with that intention. But I think people are afraid of what they don't understand, even me, So when you're 16 years old and I get caught with a girl and then I have to go to counseling.
How'd you get caught? What were you doing?
Nothing. Listen,
if
you want to talk real talk,
let's get real.
If I would have known how much trouble I would have gotten in, I would have been hunching everybody. I mean, everybody. I would have been like promiscuous.
So you were hunching in the church?
No, I didn't even have sex with nobody. They were just like, I can see that something weird is happening. And there was just like there was this girl that I just totally was in love with, and we were too close. Yeah. And I grew up in church, so I didn't know what was happening. So when I was like pulled into a meeting and like, what's going on? And I think we made out a few times or something.
Just for fun.
But we didn't have sex.
Right.
I should have had so much sex. Oh my God. Anyway.
Looking back, hindsight's 2020.
Hindsight. I should have been boning everybody. Okay, sorry. I'm okay.
That's a funny way to put it. Boning. You're boning something?
Yeah, that's one of those old words I like to bring back that are no longer cool.
But for a lesbian, you say you're boning a girl?
You can say anything you
can
want.
say
There are
anything
no
you want.
rules.
Fucking rules. It's not fair.
Sex is sex, no matter who you're having it with. You know what I mean?
I love it. Okay.
But anyway, so I I didn't know. I thought something was wrong with me too.
Right.
So when they were like, "That's wrong," you're gonna, Jesus needs to heal you. You need counseling. I was like, okay.
Right.
And so there was just like a huge journey. That
Sure.
Such a long story and a huge journey for that. And I try very hard, and I do not always succeed. They ask me, "Are you still religious?" And I say sometimes, like, on Tuesdays.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't think faith is lost completely, but I have lots of questions.
For sure.
And I think in my experience that questions is what make faith matter. So, and it's what we lack the most in, like, I think a lot of religious communities, because, I was ordained and like a pastor. I had a lot of experience with those. So, like, not enough people are saying, why is this so important to me? Why is my life built upon this particular rock?
Right.
Whatever it might be in your community. Maybe they're really intense about gay marriage. Maybe
Sure.
they're really intense about divorce. Maybe,
they
why
pick
is
an
that
issue and
particular, no Halloween? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Like,
Who said that? Why? Where'd you get that from?
Why is this important to me? And why is my whole life contingent on it? Because a lot of people without the religious community, they're very lost.
Dude, well, we take the mystery out of faith in general,
Mm-hmm.
and its essence is mystery, right? Like if you understand God, and once you understand God, He's no longer God. It's something you made up. It's an idea. It's like with religion or faith or spirituality, whatever word we want to fucking use.
Yeah.
We love to take the mystery out of it, and because we don't like the unknown. We don't like. Oh, we want to know at the end of the day where you're going when you die. We want to know that shit, because the world is fucking scary sometimes. You want to know, like, well.
I think there's like a balance of both having knowledge. Like, I think, God and science are a thing that mix. It's okay to believe in both. It's okay. Right. Too many people are living in really intense extremes where it's like, I cannot have both of these things in my life. Right. I cannot be a Christian and think it's okay to be gay.
Right.
I cannot be I could go on and on, but
sure.
I think that journey of just being able to ask a lot of questions and have really healthy conversations.
Right.
If we could all get to that place, healthy conversations, I think a lot would change in the world. And
so how did
it was hard.
My question is, how did you come out, and how was? Is that even like coming out? Did you come out?
No, it's a great
how
question.
did you come out, and how was everything received by different people? Like, how was that like?
It was like a real journey for me because I was married.
Yeah.
At first, so I
to
a man, so a pastor.
Right.
And that was not like a healthy or okay thing for so many reasons. Mm-hmm. And I was in a really dark place. And obviously, being gay my whole life and being told, legit quote, if you don't get married, God will not take you seriously or use you. Shit. And I believed that. Yeah. And so I bear responsibility for my decisions because I took on that. I accepted that. Right? And so I got married. I did what I was told. And then I got to this really dark place of misery where I was really suicidal and just struggling. And I was just a broken shell of a person, nothing. I'm just so different that it's weird to think, and
so you knew you were gay the whole time, but you still got married to a man.
I've always been gay.
Did he know you were gay?
He knew that I was
right.
Yeah, he totally knew.
You were just bi at
but
point.
Like, no, it's not even that. The thing is the viewpoint is that I'm not gay. I have a sickness.
Oh, okay.
So it's not real. That's not a thing that you are. It's a thing that you have.
It's the thorn in your side that the devil's going to keep.
Yeah. So that mentality is different. It's not like they're like, you're gay and I'm going to marry you anyway. It's you're gay and you're going to be healed and God's going to bless us. And right. So anyway, so I got divorced. It was a really hard decision, and I finally broke down and talked to someone. Strangely, I talked to someone who gave me terrible advice. Huh. And for some reason, knowing how terrible that advice was gave me the strength to just go ahead. You saw it. I saw it. They were like, I said how suicidal I was and in such a dark place. It was someone I was really close to, and they were like, well, I don't think you should do anything because you're not in a good state of mind. And I knew that was a selfish piece of advice. Wow. Because me doing anything changed everything. It did. It broke my life in half. I no longer had a job. I no longer I mean,
Yeah.
just getting divorced. I didn't even get out yet.
Right.
And, you know, and honestly, if someone was really honest, it is the best thing for anyone involved because people deserve to be whole.
Yeah.
Whole people.
And you never want to live. You never. One of the scariest things is to say if people really knew me, they wouldn't love me. So it would suck. It sucks to live in hiding in plain sight. It sucks,
really does.
you know. And so I can imagine like the freedom that you
Yeah.
probably felt. I mean, how'd you do it? Did you have a party?
I didn't. Girl, like it takes time. So I got divorced, and then you know, I had a friend, and we kind of started seeing each other.
Yeah.
And I think that helped me come out.
Yeah.
Like being in a relationship. And so I told my mom, I said, you know, my friend and I are not just friends. And she knew, obviously, because I had already been to counseling like 17 times throughout my life for that. And so she's like, I know what you're going to tell me. And, you know, I think my mom hates this story, but I actually think it's really beautiful that the first thing that she said to me was, well, what do I do at Christmas? Does she get a stocking? Because she never had a gay a daughter, and she didn't know, is it the same? And I said, yeah, it's the same, Mom. Which the beautiful point of the story is that what she was concerned about was not me. She loved me.
Sure.
It's the traditionalism that she wasn't sure how to work out. And just asking that question, how do I work out this traditionalism, and just figuring it out is a beautiful thing.
Clearing
it's
up
a
the
journey.
misconceptions about
Clear
it.
it up. And I think, you know, my parents kind of took that journey with me. And now being with my wife, I mean, it's a huge difference in them. I think because it's impossible not to see the wholeness that I have in my life as an individual. She doesn't, you know, she just brings out me being the best version of me.
Yeah.
And as an individual, I think that's important in a relationship. And anyway, so I for example, my mom once told my ex that it was something hard to wrap her. She was just being honest, which people should be honest. Nothing should be taboo. It's hard for her to wrap her mind around maybe calling her daughter-in-law in the future. We weren't married. We were just dating, and it was new. And it's also an interesting thought that you don't realize something's important to you unless you're not going to have it ever.
Yeah.
So knowing I would never have that, my mom and my dad, they refer to Summer, my wife, as their daughter-in-law. And I remember the first time my mom said, oh, this is my daughter-in-law, Summer. And I literally was like, you know, like I'm going to pass out. Because it's like a big deal to me. And it was just natural for her because it was a natural progression of her seeing me being whole and happy and loving her. And, you know, so it was really great. No.
Phone call. That's amazing.
That was the heavens.
That's it.
It was like, what a beautiful story. Anyway, and now I am super unapologetically gay.
Yeah, you
like,
are.
I really can't
How does
help
that work
it.
itself out? Because you're like in the middle of shows while you're playing bar gigs.
I just don't care. Like, if you don't like me, don't invite me back. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Dang. Like, I get it. Everybody's different, but I was so broken and hidden for so long, I cannot be anything but obnoxiously out.
Damn.
I just refuse to be any other way, and I can't. And then I mean, I'm about to go record an acoustic record because I have these songs I play in bars that are inappropriate. And well, only one's really inappropriate. The other one is just funny about being gay. I mean, and people are like, we want that. How do we get it? So I was like, oh, I'm going to go make an acoustic record. Yeah. And I basically, like, if no one ever listens to any other songs, I'd be fine with that.
That is awesome.
Like, yeah.
So what's the name of the song?
I haven't picked a title for the record yet. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it because I did just release a single too of a real song. Yeah. And but I have a song called Wrong Tree. Yeah. Which is basically about me politely telling a gentleman who is not as wonderful as you. He said, this guy came up to me at a songwriters festival. This just recently. And he was like, can I know I've only known you for 10 minutes, but do you want to see my hotel? And he pointed to his truck, which I think that's what made it so like rapey. I'm like, bro, easy. But I just really politely said to him, because he was another songwriter. And so I felt I needed to be nice. And I just said, wrong tree, bro. Like, he's barking up the wrong tree, you know? Because, I'm totes gay. Can you see my outfit? You know, I was just like... And I went back to my hotel and wrote a whole song with my friend Lala Deaton. And now it's my favorite song to sing. It's great. Anyway, so it's called Wrong Tree. and then a couple others.
I want to do a segment of the show, and we're gonna have a little fun right now. I want to play a game called Pick One. I'm gonna ask you to pick either or something, and you have to pick one. Tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. You can't think
I'm so
too
nervous.
Much. All right, salt or sugar on your margarita?
Sugar.
Really?
I don't know. I just like sugar.
Are you a salt person? Like, because you have a song obviously that you're gonna hopefully play in a little bit.
Yeah, salt on the rim. I do. I like salt.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I will occasionally drink a margarita, but I am a basic bitch. Like, give me some coconut rum in a glass with some pineapple juice, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
I don't need anything fancy, but like, and I don't drink a lot, so I didn't grow up drinking. So I'm a lightweight. It doesn't take much.
So if you drink a whole beer, you're done.
Oh, I'm so done.
Like any beer, a Bud Light, you could be done.
I don't know because I don't really care for it. I like sweet stuff, so.
Okay.
Occasionally a margarita. But
All right. So singing or songwriting?
Songwriting.
You'd rather be a writer and never like perform ever?
I mean, that's like what I said, but I don't actually know if it's true. Like, it's very hard for me to choose because they're different to me.
Would you be okay with like just getting credits on albums and stuff? And
Yeah.
You would do that?
I like to not be told what to do. And I will say, like, I have so much respect for people like Taylor Swift and Carrie Underwood, but them girls can't even go to the grocery store without like bodyguards and shit. So I would love to just
I'd rather be like almost famous, like not like, like
average, man. I'm just trying to live my average life.
Yeah. Okay. The beach or the city?
Beach.
Yeah.
I live on the beach.
You were born in Fort Myers Beach, correct?
I wasn't born on the beach. I was just born here. And as soon as I could drive, I was at the beach every weekend. And I mean, I just remember being like, I would just go with like my skateboard and a bathing suit, like no towel, no clothes, and just like, I was such a weird kid. But still are, totally. And now I remember driving through. Life is just weird how it works out. Driving around the beach and being like, oh, I love that little house. There's this little house, and that's the street I live on.
Do you like the city?
I do love the city. I just, now that I have lived on the island, it is like a different world.
But what about like?
I never drive anywhere.
But getting off the beach kind of sucks sometimes.
It doesn't because I'm a musician, and so I don't have to go when people are in traffic.
Does that mean you're late to gigs or no?
No, never. No? But I'm playing in the evening.
Yeah.
I'm headed like to a gig.
Wow.
While everyone else is, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Like it's like an opposite of the rest of the world. And a lot of times when I'm home, because I have the best of both worlds. I'm so lucky I get to travel. So I'll go spend a week in Nashville, which is, a city and or wherever, and then I just get to come home.
Yeah.
And then I put all of my shit in my cart and I'll walk.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to drive if I don't want to. I'm like, what up, y'all? And it's the beach too, so it's like I just do whatever I want. I sing whatever I want. People have I have a song that people have walked out because I sang it, and the bar is like, bye. They don't care.
Damn, what song is that?
It's called "Sit on My Face." Like,
can you play that?
I play it after 8:00. I mean, I try. Like, are there any kids? I ask. If someone requests it, I'll be like, are there kids here?
We have a friend, Ryan Laser, who has a song called "Sit on My Face."
For real?
No, you guys can do it.
Oh my God, we'll have to like swap. I'm recording it next week. I'll be like, hey, send me yours.
No, I'm serious. I'm gonna tag him. All right, another one. Okay. Nashville or Atlanta?
Nashville has been better for me for sure as like a country artist. Also, it's I have to say that's hard for me to choose too, because when I was in Atlanta, because I lived there for a little bit, I was just not in a headspace where I could have really experienced that city.
Yeah.
Or what it had to offer me.
Oh, because you were doing The Voice.
No, because when I lived there, I was like just out. I had just gotten out. Came out as a gay.
Out of jail.
As a gay. Similar.
Came out as a gay.
And I was dating someone who was, we weren't good for each other at all. And, so it's like you got to be, your circumstances and who you have around you is everything to your success, And I'm not talking about monetary success. I'm talking life success, just as a person. And my life really changed when I just got the right people around me and put the wrong people out. And I always encourage people, if someone is poison to your life, you can love them from a distance.
That girl is poison.
Exactly. So anyway.
Okay. But Nashville, and when you were in Nashville, you recorded an EP, right?
I did. I just did that. Yeah. Last May, I released an EP. It was like the first time I like did my own thing.
And
my music, what I wanted, nobody influencing me. And
you did that. Was Dave Fortman did that?
Dave Fortman mixed it for me. Yeah, as a favor. I mean,
Damn.
well, I paid him, but like,
Yeah.
you know, he mixed all of Godsmack's records back in their big hit days, which their new record's really good actually. Sully is a friend, and I said I need someone to master this, and so he made a call for me. Yeah. And so now, he may mix my next record, which should I'm working on for spring. Yeah. And I hope, because I really love what he did with my last one. And so it was great. I recorded it in Nashville with some friends, and I did my single there as well.
Yeah. And, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How about Adam Levine or Blake Shelton?
I have to pick Adam because he picked me for his team. Okay. I filled his last spot. I was on Team Adam. Damn. And even though he didn't choose me in my battle, he still picked me in the first place. Damn.
Was Blake Shelton a nice person?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know him. Yeah. Like I don't even really know Adam. Like, you don't spend that much time with them, especially if you don't make it super far. Right. But I'm still grateful, and I get it. I battled a 15-year-old who was talented, and as a 30-something, you just never gonna beat a 15-year-old. You're never gonna be because it's astounding that you're 15 and that good, even if Yeah. So. All
right, festivals or intimate shows?
I love an intimate show.
Yeah. Performing and going to one.
Both, yeah. Both. I mean, I would love to play more festivals. I'm not going to lie, because it is a fun experience. But I think what I do, like if you've ever seen me play, is an intimate experience. Sure. I like to talk to people and tell them all my dirty secrets. You know?
All right, last one. Okay. Christian rap or gangster rap?
Gangster. Listen, Christian rap, I have never heard a Christian rap group that has been like, oh my God, that shit is dope.
It's pretty bad.
I don't care. I would take mumble rap over Christian rap.
Even when I was like super in the church and stuff, like I was a youth pastor, so I was like try to like think, I didn't believe it myself, but I try to tell my kids like, this is not good music, but I'd go home and listen to it and give them like Lecrae albums and stuff.
Yeah. You know what it is? I just feel like there's too much like mimicking.
Yeah, it's always a rendition of another rap song.
Yeah, like, do you remember, like, there's, like, a Christian bookstore, Christ-centered, whatever it's called, and you would go up to the counter, and it would be like, if you like Eminem, get this artist. If you like this person, they're literally being like, hey, let's pretend to be whatever, the Black Eyed Peas, and so that all the people that...
White Eyed Peas.
Right? Like,
White Eyed Praise.
It's like white shit. Anyway, and I grew up doing that. Like I think
I was in a Christian rap group.
Yeah, I did some stuff with KJ52, which apparently he still makes records. I don't know.
Yeah, he's still here popping.
Yeah, I mean, and good for him. Like, make a career and live your life.
Yeah,
like, I'm
do
not
your
trying
thing,
to judge
whatever,
you.
yeah.
I'm just saying it ain't for me.
Yeah. I want to play another game.
Yeah, I love games.
This one's called One Word. Tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. You can only say one word. I'm gonna say one word. You say one word that comes to your mind.
I'm getting in trouble.
We'll start with simple.
Okay.
Music.
Songwriting.
Let's go. Fame.
Grocery stores. I don't know.
I like it. No, word association. I don't know.
Just like boom.
Florida.
Happy.
Yeah.
I love Florida.
So like there's like a small percentage of the world
that likes Florida?
Likes Florida.
No, it's so freaking true. I had this conversation, like, if you ever notice, like, comedians, every comedian has at least one joke on Florida. Like, everybody's dog's Florida, which I get. Like,
so easy.
When something insane happens,
it's always Florida.
It's Florida. Like, people eating faces, Florida. A gator comes out and, like, turns into a man,
Someone
Florida,
gets shot, Florida. So it's like...
No, it's true.
Voting system's messed up.
But I get it as someone who has grown up here. We crazy.
Yeah.
Like, there is a lot of, like... We're like a hub of all kinds of people. Mm-hmm. But, you know... I don't know. It's my home, and I love it, and I love the people here. I mean, half my neighbors are from Canada, and then I go over, and my family all has cattle in their country in Boonhauer.
You have a song about coming home to Florida. Like, you travel. Is it like you're traveling or whatever, but you kind of just want to come back?
Yeah, it's kind of, I wrote it about basically being, I was thinking about when I lived in Atlanta with this girl, and, like, our relationship really fell apart when we moved, I think. it was just because we should have been like hunching and being done. Like some people you should not
Yeah,
be in a
you should-
relationship
yeah,
with.
yeah,
It's okay,
no,
you know.
no. Can't turn. No, I don't want
Just
to
be honest, you know. Like, look, this was fun.
Can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
Yeah,
no,
but
I'm
no.
sorry.
No, I mean, just some people bring out the worst in each other, and they need to find the right partner. We were not the right partners for one another. And anyway, so we came back to Florida, and the song is just about like, let's go back to this place where you used to be in love with me because we were in love there. You were in love with me and Florida. It's
really easy to fall in love in Florida. You have really nothing to do.
I mean, listen, it's
you get a drink, you're on a boat.
always summer.
I mean, like
I have been in the cold and I don't understand it. Like I hate cold weather.
Well,
so
that's the thing. It's like in New York.
It's always summer here.
In New York, you're like you're commuting. You're on a train. You're high anxiety, so there's no time to fall in love. It's like I gotta go to work, I gotta get home. I barely pay for ramen. It's just like no room.
I
to
feel you.
It's hard.
Florida is a place where you're just like, hey man, whatever.
People have babies
Just
at like
chill.
19 here because there's nothing else to do.
I'm not about that lifestyle. Oh my god.
Hey, before we get out of here, can you play us a song?
Yeah,
Can we jam out a little bit?
Let me play you my. Everybody always wanted me to do like rock music.
Yeah.
And they expect that from me. Even someone who's never heard anything I've ever done. I don't know if it's a tattoo or what, but
what is
now everything I have is just like so beachy.
Yeah,
I'm
it really
just like,
is.
Whatever, this is my life. Take it or leave it.
So what song are you doing right now?
This is my new single. It's basically I talked to a friend in Nashville. I wrote it with my friend Sky Claire, and just about being in Nashville. And I was like, dude, why would you just pour salt on the wound when you could come to the beach and put salt on the rim? And we wrote a whole song about it, you know? And so, yeah, I wrote this and I just released it. So I made a little homemade video.
Yeah, I saw you chilling in the pool.
Yeah. I love a good homemade video. Like, average.
Yeah, see? It's all weird.
If I got back into rap, that would be my stage name.
Average. That's actually pretty fire.
I know, I think so.
Because it's almost cool to not try anymore.
Do you want to start a rap group right now?
It already started. Our first song we're going to play right now.
Anyway. So yeah, this is my new single. It's available everywhere.
Oh, shit.
Anyway.
MySpace?
Including MySpace? No. Oh, man. But I should bring MySpace back.
I mean, you like to use words that are played out.
Yeah.
Like cray cray.
Like cray cray.
So
if anybody knows any played out words, please let me know so I could put them in my vocabulary.
I got a whole
Not
bunch.
like cool played out words that are back, like rad and stuff.
Rad's back?
Rad is back. Like people like stitch it on their jean jackets and shit.
Damn, they must be.
I don't want that. I want like the word that embarrasses people when their mom says it. I want to start that.
Okay.
So.
Okay, I got you.
So, all right, here we go.
Can I sing along?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, why would I take your phone call when I could just take my time soaking in the sunshine? Oh, and why would you think I'd fall for your lame attempts to get me back? No way, no thanks. I'm moving on to better weather. I'm gonna go somewhere I know I won't see ya. Order a lime and tequila, couple more margaritas, and let the healing begin. Why would I put salt on the wound when I could put salt on the rim? Yeah, why would I flip through your pictures when I could flip over and just reapply? Oh, a little more Hawaiian tropic. I'm gonna go somewhere I know I won't see ya. Order a lime and tequila, couple more margaritas, and let the healing begin. Why would I put salt on the wound when I could put salt on the rim?
Damn.
I don't wanna see your face no more, 'cause I meant it when I walked out that door. Baby, you and me are over. I'm not ready to be sober. Thinking about this Key Largo shore. I'm gonna go somewhere I know I won't see ya. Order a lime and tequila, couple more margaritas, and let the healing begin. Why would I put salt on the wound when I could put salt on the go back to you? When I could move on from your salt on the wound, when I could put salt on the rim.
Damn.
Where's my backups, man?
I was too intimidated.
Chicken out.
I was too intimidated. Those are some high vocal. I can't
It's a
hit
little early
that.
for that.
I don't want to ruin the audio.
It's also sad because like a couple more margaritas. Let's be honest, one margarita and I'm tanked. So,
Yeah. No, I was just on a cruise and it was the most like trash drinks. Like they had these huge cups and you're like, oh my God, there's no alcohol in them. So I'm chugging like sugar. Just like,
oh my God.
Oh, it was horrible. It was, dude, cruise, just order shots on the cruise because they bull crappy with the drinks.
You got to go to the right places, man.
I'll tell you this, between this song you just did and the other song about coming back to Florida, whatever, you make Florida like seem cool. Like,
yeah, I'm trying. I want to. That's what you're trying to do. We're working on it.
I'm trying, man. It's a hard deal to make Florida look cool to the world, you know?
I guess I feel like I just came to a spot where it's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It makes me happy.
Yeah.
You don't have to like it. Here's my songs.
Trust me, I like Florida more than I even talk about because I'm from New York. So like all my New York friends are like, bro, why you still in Florida, bro? And I'm like, no, because I got stuff going on. But I actually legitimately enjoy.
Because it snows there. What, like,
because people in New York are miserable.
I just don't understand like snow. I could visit it, but like I need to be able to wear shorts year round. And let me tell you, I have a lot of songwriter friends, and a lot of them come and they stay with me, and we write, and and I'm trying to do more events with them.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
And it is never hard to get any songwriter to come to Florida.
Yeah, because they just want to get.
No, I'm like, hey, you want to come stay with me on the beach? We're like, yeah, when?
When? Tell me what
every time.
What are we doing?
I'm like, wait a second, I didn't know. Wait, it just like astounded me, but
that's hilarious.
It's never hard.
So. Doing the singer-songwriter, you're kind of like, pushing the culture around here as far as the singer-songwriter thing. What are you doing for all that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Island Hopper event that has come here, it has really helped me.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it's something that helped me, like in my own career, this is the 5th year it's about to happen, that it is something that I love people to experience that live here. Like a lot of people come to it from, outside. So anytime I meet someone who's like, oh, I live here and there's never anything to do, I'm like, oh my God, come to the Island Hopper because it is a cool event. And like I've lived here long enough that there have been a lot of not cool events.
For sure.
There used to be nothing.
Yeah. And
so and it's been good for me. I've met a lot of songwriters through that, and through that I started going to Nashville and I meet all of these songwriters and I love to bring that home and share that with, my fan base and my people. And so every time I'm at a show, I'll be like, hey, I just got back from Nashville. Listen to this song I wrote. Or I'll tell them a story of what I did. And so I like to just, I like to bring that home. And so it's the 5th year, and I called the BMI head that puts it on. His name's Dan Spears, and he's amazing and such an advocate for women in a very male-dominated genre.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I would really like to host my own show, which no one's ever really done that for the Island Hopper, but people do it in Nashville a lot. And I said, I'd really like to host a women's show. Yeah. And I thought it was going to be pulling teeth. He was like, cool, let's do it. So, it took some just finagling, and some of my friends ended up coming down that I've written with and sang with and played other festivals with. And so it's going to be, I am playing the event on Fort Myers Beach because it's 2 weekends long, Captiva, and then downtown Fort Myers, and then it moves to Fort Myers Beach. So I'm going to be playing some rounds on Fort Myers Beach. Yay.
Yes,
I'm excited because it's my hometown. Yeah. But in the middle of the week, on Thursday, September 27th, I'm hosting my own round. Wow. And I'm so stoked because I am excited to basically introduce my people to all these songwriters that I have met in Nashville, and to a way of doing things. We're going to play it Bluebird style, which is where we sit in the middle and face each other, and then everybody sits around us. So it's really like casual and chill and intimate. Yeah, and I think it's going to be great. Yeah, so it's going to be 8 women, 2 rounds of 4. Okay. Which is literally exactly how they do it at the Bluebird. So I'm like, want to share that part of my life.
That is amazing.
So it's going to be great.
Okay. So what else you got going on that you think people need to know about? You got doing anything coming out?
Yeah. Well, I just did my single, and then I am working on an acoustic record. Cool. Which will be full of my funny songs, but I don't know how.
Oh, it's gonna be like a comedy.
I don't know. It's songs people ask for. So one is called Wrong Tree, and one is called Just Friends. Oh. Which is about
friends on it.
Yeah. Like, we're just friends. Stuff. Friends forever. Shit.
Dude, you hate when someone says, "Man, I wish I could find someone just like you.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, I'm right fucking here, bro.
Well, and plus, like, I feel like anyone can relate to it. Like, I feel like a lot of men, especially, like, good men, because for some reason, I know a lot of straight chicks that they just date terrible people. And I'm like, dude, I know, like, 17 awesome dudes. What's your deal? And then also a lot of lesbians like a lot of straight girls. It's like a rite of passage to date a straight girl.
Is it because you like
Even
the
I
challenge of trying to break them?
No, I don't think it's a thing.
Wait, so you can date a straight girl?
I think it just happens. Oh,
how does that work? She's no longer straight.
You really want to talk about this? Because
Yeah,
I
I wanna
will
talk
tell
about
you.
it. No, tell me.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm not the most
You-
experienced person, but I
Okay.
will tell you. I think women, on a serious note, I think women grow up a little differently than men. Like,
Yeah.
so it is easy to be intimate with a woman, whether you are straight or bisexual or lesbian, because
Less of a barrier there.
yeah, I mean, you grow up. I have to ask you, when you were in the 7th grade, if you got like a weird thing on your dick, you're not like, bro, could you look at this?
No, I did that.
But like, it's really rare that
Why
men
are you in
feel
7th
that
grade getting a weird thing
comfortable.
on your dick though? In 7th grade.
I'm just saying.
Oh, no.
But like a girl will be like, oh my god, my boob looks weird when you look at it.
Right,
And
right.
there's a barrier that's not there.
For sure.
And so, but so I think that's an easy thing. I think, sexuality is a little more fluid for women.
Sure.
It shouldn't be, because society should let men be whoever they want
Well,
to be.
if a man has a gay encounter, he's gay to the men.
Yeah,
if
which
a
is
woman
so
has
stupid.
a gay encounter, she's exploring. It was a thing.
Yeah.
It was,
But I will say, like, if you can, like, go down on a chick, you bisexual at least. Because I know straight girls that they just can't. They can't swallow. They cannot, like, put their brain around
Wait,
it.
if a girl could go down on the chick, or if a guy could? Yeah.
Both ways. But hopefully maybe that's changing in society, where people can just love who they want to love and
Right.
be who they want to be, and you don't have to
I
put
think that's
labels on
happening,
it.
for sure.
I think so, for sure. I mean,
Dude, let's end the podcast right now.
I like it. Let's end it.
Right there.
I think just live your life and don't let anybody tell you how.
Yeah,
Just whatever makes you happy.
for sure. Because it seems like, to wrap things up, it seems like you've musically and in your life have found like a freedom and a confidence that you seem like you're living in. You seem like you're in a good flow of
I
life.
really have.
And the music you're making is very free, and
Thank you
what you're
for
doing
saying that. It means a
it
lot
really
to me.
is, and I feel it. And we could have a whole other podcast talking about just that thing, and because I feel like we relate in that level of just breaking free from other things and kind of living who we truly are. But it's really cool to see you living your truth and making a living out of it and being creative with it. It's really cool.
It's
so.
amazing. I am not blind to the fact how lucky I have become.
Yeah.
And I really attribute that to just dropping all the negativity from my life and embracing who I am.
No need to put
And
salt
a
on
lot
the
of
wound.
a lot of hard work. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say like I work really hard, and I think that you got to.
Yeah.
If it's something you love, that work is easy though.
Right.
And just
Where can people find you on the socials?
if you like the easy route, you can go to my website, sheenabrook.com.
Website. Okay.
And then all my links are dropped there.
Okay. One-stop shop.
Or follow me on Instagram if you like an occasional video and then lots of photos of my dogs.
Yeah.
Which would be at Sheena Brook. 2 E's, 2 O's. That's it.
Got it.
A lot of people spell it wrong. They put an E on the end. I think maybe my mom didn't know how to spell it, and she was just like, whatever, Sheena Brook. And when I was born,
yeah.
Because apparently that's a really odd way to spell Brook. I don't know.
I guess so. It feels unfinished.
I guess, which I'm into. Average, unfinished, just
Average.
do your thing, all right?
Sheena, thank you so much for coming on
Thank
the
you for
show.
having me. Yay.
Thank you so much. It's been cool. Thanks for playing that was a nice high five.
Yeah, I'm just,
It was like this.
This hand is trapped. Let's go. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys. Curate Podcast.
And
Love
thank
y'all.
you for what you're doing for our community. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Curate Southwest Florida.
Curate Southwest Florida.